I get asked so often whether it is possible to grow your channels organically in 2021. And yes, it is definitely not beyond you. That's why we're focusing on why organic growth is important and what types of social media content to create to get organic growth in 2021, and how to produce content that will help you grow your channel in 2021. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for new videos every week, and hit the bell to get notified about those new videos. Hey, if we've not met before, welcome. I'm Karen. I moved from parenting coaching to teaching people my efficient content creation system because I wanted to help course creators and coaches who were in the same situation I was, which is where I was struggling with my content creation because it was just like my full-time job. And I resented my business for this time. It was eating up. And it was completely unnecessary. I spent thousands attempting to do paid traffic, but I hadn't done the groundwork to get the organic right. When I focused on content creation for organic growth first, and once that worked, I had clients coming in. I was able to spend that money on growing quicker and getting more reach. So now I teach others how to avoid my mistake and to do it the right way and do it efficiently so it doesn't become something that you, hate. So many people think there's a secret way to get followers engagement on social media, and there isn't a secret. There are some ways at the moment that seem to be a bit more effective than others. Some have just given up and go for paid ads and don't even try for organic growth now. But this is really expensive and definitely not an avenue that I would recommend. If your messaging isn't resonating with your organic posts, you're probably getting the wrong clients from your paid ads, and then they're not going to convert. So what are you actually paying for? If you're getting a good click-through rate on your ads and not getting sales, this could be the reason why. But when you put out social media posts, if you're doing that in an effective way, then you're trialing your messaging. And then when a post resonates with your audience, you can use that because it's got you organic leads, traffic, and growth. So how do you test it? Well, put it out there and see what response you get. Organic growth is important to keep costs down and keep leads coming in. It also validates your idea and your messaging. You save so much money and time when you do it this way. And you're more likely to be a successful entrepreneur. When you focus on ads without doing the organic work, you can make it work, but it's going to be full of expensive lessons that you could have learned for free. And if you're struggling to get engagement on your content, then go check out this video on creating content topics for 2021, where I talk about how you can get engagement from your audience on your content. There are so many kinds of social media. So which one is best for organic growth? It really does depend on what you're wanting from your content, who you want to reach. Do you want to be that followerless influencer? We've all been there. You have to start somewhere, but it's not a nice place to be, I know. But once you get that momentum, nothing will stop you. But if you don't consider who you're reaching out to and how best to speak to them, then you're going to be following other people's suggestions and not necessarily the right ones for you. The best social media methods will be different for everyone. So let's look at what's available in 2021 on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, so you've got the facility to do lives on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and these still seem to be getting a lot of attention. These are a good way of doing your main content piece, but you can then split down yourself into smaller content pieces. Or even more efficiently, you can hire someone else to edit and break them down for you. Posting to your feed on Facebook and Instagram, these are still good for having a place for people to review your content and see what you are all about. It's kind of your shopfront where people can look and decide if they want to come in and browse, but they aren't getting as much attention as other formats at the moment. Video posts and image posts are not created equal either and seem to get more reach with video posts. But instead, I would be focusing personally on reels. Posting in groups and using hashtags, these ways are definitely getting you in front of your audience, but not necessarily maximizing the amount of the audience that will see you. Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts are still getting loads of attention. And when I filmed this video at the beginning of 2021, they still didn't seem to be going anywhere fast. So if you are not already going for Reels, I would definitely be checking that out. Recently, I got 100 times the views on one Reel that I did over some image posts on the same topic. And some niches work really well, like cooking, recipes, and others you have to think a little bit more about. But if you have something to teach or tips or tricks, which I'm pretty sure you all do, you're all teaching, then you can do Reels. Get some inspiration, go and view some and then give it a go. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's literally just short form video. So don't be scared of it, especially if you're doing video anyway. You can already repurpose what you're doing. Instagram has now got guides too, which you can use to curate your content. It's a bit like Pinterest or making a playlist on YouTube. You get more attention on more of your content and curating others' content too. So if you've saved posts from others, you can put that together into a guide. And Instagram, Facebook are constantly revamping all the things they're doing, and things get stale when you keep doing the same thing all the time. So give your clients variety. Lots of people like viewing things in different ways. We're all different types of learners. So don't rewrite the wheel, keep your messaging, just package it differently. And if you're not sure how to do this, then go and check out this video here, which talks about how you can create content quickly. Later on, I'm going to show you how you can find a post to do this with on your channel, but we'll just get down there in a sec. So when you use a variety of content methods, you will be seen by different audiences according to their preferences. Otherwise, if the media you choose is not what people are viewing, then what's the point? I mean, why are you making your content in the first place if it's not to be seen and not to make them aware of you? So make yourself as visible as possible across every platform if you can. Which one of these content creation types are you going to try including? Just comment below and let me know. When you aren't sure what is working, then you think nothing is working. But it's not that you're no good at social media. You just aren't aware of what's working for your clients and how to expand on it. At the end of the day, you've already done the hard work. Stop creating more work for yourself. So to find out what's working well for you, you need to head to Insights. To find out what's performed well, I'm just going to go into Instagram, and then I'm just going to go to my account and click on this button that says Insights. And what you can look at, if you come down to this content you shared, you can actually find out what's performed really well for you, what's got the most reach, so it's been passed to more people. What if you tap on the reach button up there, you can then change that so you can see what's got the most comments. So which ones are getting the most interactions, which ones have got the most likes, which doesn't necessarily mean a lot, but it is showing you that people are interested in what you've got to say on those. Which ones resulted in the most profile visits, which would make sense for me here because that top one is a YouTube video, so I'm directing people to the YouTube video. And it's interesting though, actually, this Clubhouse one's a recent post, and I posted it, and it's actually kind of not anti-Clubhouse, but just about like why I'm not upset that I'm not on Clubhouse. So that's interesting that I've not noticed that before. So that's an interesting insight there. But can you see how you can actually unsave? So, has anybody saved any of mine? Oh, actually, yeah. Some people have. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that there. And especially not that one. What's that one? Engaging content is not about what you want to talk about. It's what your ideal client is searching for. That's one of my main messaging points. So like that one there, for instance, that's really, really great because I know people are actually really interested in that. Actually creating engaging content is about looking for what your ideal client is searching for. So I can double down on that. The other thing is, another one of my main messaging points is on the other side, not having a content plan or strategy stopping you from outsourcing. So again, I know that that's actually really important to somebody, and somebody's really interested in reading that post again because they've saved it. So this is then, I'm going to use these two now. I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to use them to inform my next batch of videos and what I'm going to be looking for in terms of my SEO strategy. I'm going to be honing in on these for sure. So can you see how you can use your existing posts to then pull out the messaging that's working, and then you can go out and create more posts with that same messaging on it, just put it in a different wrapper. But just to show you, this reel, in comparison to my others, has 10 times the amount of attention of my others. So I know that this kind of thing, where I'm talking directly to my ideal client in a drawn out way, seems to work well. So to test that, I would do more reels like this one, maybe try different ways of making them a letter. So off the top of my head, I could maybe type it out. I could use a reel where the words pop up on the screen as I go along. So this was really good for me, and it was about social media content, taking time away from doing what you want to do, because hard work doesn't always equal success. So again, I'm going to think about doing a YouTube video on this and make it into one of my pillar topics or my big content pieces in my next batch. So in the meantime, I can use the copy I use in the video, so that letter that I've written out, and the caption too, and test them. I'm also seeing that I only use 10 hashtags on this reel, which is interesting. I was split testing at the time, and I'll probably split test a couple more with different hashtag sizes too. And this is the thing about producing content. It isn't just, here you go, off you go, do this. You have to be a scientist and experiment and analyse those results. And this is why I love my job so much, because I've always been into maths, I love trends, I love statistics, and I love identifying that winning formula for that business. Obviously, there's a process to do what I do, and I hand it over in my Efficient Content Creation System program. But you can see that you can do this with what you already have, because your audience are telling you what they like, if you're willing to pay attention and listen to them. So go through your posts, find a post that did well, and once you find a message that seems to be resonating with your audience, go and repurpose it as multiple content pieces. If you want to know how to do this, then head to this video that I mentioned earlier in how to create content quickly. Now, so many of you are going to comment, yeah, but it's repetitive and people are going to get bored and tired of it. And I can hand on heart say, I have never had someone comment or say something new, because number one, people need to hear things multiple times before they really get it, especially when it's a new way of thinking, which is what I'm focusing on with my content. Check out the mere exposure effect if you want to know more. Not everyone is everywhere all the time. Even true fans won't follow you everywhere all the time. They'll prefer one medium. So if you have the same message going to them all, they won't necessarily see it twice. And if they do, so what? They get the same message twice, especially when that content will be going out at different points on different days. This is how you become efficient in your content creation. The alternative? Well, that's to keep writing and reproducing and running out of ideas and copying others' ideas. This way of reproducing your messaging is consistent, and people know what you are about. If you want to know more about the Efficient Content Creation System, then head to karenantrobus.com/mini-series and register for the free live 4-part training, where I walk you through the 3 phases of efficient content creation so you can produce your own content strategy. So we've established that using social media for organic growth in 2021 is definitely not beyond you, but you need to follow these 3 simple steps. So number 1, think about your clients. Where are they? What do they need to hear from you? Number 2, there are loads of ways to expand your organic reach. My main method right now for growth on my own channel is definitely Reels, but I make sure to use a variety of methods to cater for my whole audience. So my weekly plan is my posting, and then my Reels are an addition to that. Number 3, don't rewrite the wheel. And make sure you reuse, you repurpose your content, especially the messaging that's resonating well with your audience. And then just one last thing to add. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Organic growth is slower than paid, but it's free. And if you're starting out, remember that each person that likes, each person that comments, each person that follows is a person. So connect with them, DM them and say, hey, how can I help you? When we are truly in service to others, then it shines out like a beacon and we attract the people that are the right people for us to us. Make sure to like if this has been helpful. and then subscribe if you want to see more like this. There's weekly videos out helping you to become an efficient content creator. And then leave me a comment with any topics that you would like to know more about below. There are links to my Facebook page and Instagram are below too. And feel free to DM me. I answer all my questions in the DMs and I love getting your messages. So I will see you there. Bye.